This story has so many baffled. Here's what we're dealing with. A mother of two little boys has vanished. Police say her disappearance is highly suspicious. Her name is Susan Powell. She was last seen at her home in West Valley City, Utah, about a week ago. Now, her husband says he took his sons, they're 2 and 4 years old, on a late-night camping trip around 12:30 a.m. Temperature that night between 10, 25 degrees. It was rain and snow. Police say he told them he slept in a van, and when he returned home at about 5 p.m., his wife was gone, and she had left her purse, cell phone, and car all at home. Bottom line question here is, where is Susan Powell? What happened to her? Joining me by phone is Susan's father, Chuck Cox. Chuck, thanks for being with us. First off, how are you and your family holding up? It's got to be such a difficult time right now.
Well, right now we're basically exhausted, and it's been an emotional roller coaster we're going down through here, and we get these just waves of grief and concern and helplessness.
Chuck, what do you know? What have you been told as you try and piece together the story? What happened to your daughter? What is the story? What happened?
You know, your summation at the beginning is about what I know about for certain is that they went on a camping trip somewhere 12:30 in the morning, is like you said, and the next day Josh came back, and I had been found out that the family was missing, and also then when Josh came back, he had himself, the 2 kids, and Susan was missing, and that her cell phone, her purse, and that were still in the house, and nobody has heard from her at all.
Is it unlike her when we talk about her as a person, would it be completely unlike her for her to leave and like this?
Well, she would never leave the house without her purse or her cell phone or keys, and she would never leave her children, period. I guess the children and her family are the most important thing in her life.
Does the late-night camping trip, was that something they did often, where Dad would take his sons on a trip like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I do know they have camped before, but I don't live in the area, and I'm not familiar with their time schedules.
Okay. Have you talked to your son-in-law?
I've talked to him twice. Once on Tuesday when he called me to tell me that Susan was missing, and that was when I asked him when the last time he saw her was. He told me that 12:30 in the morning. He said she was getting ready to go to bed. So, and then the next time I talked to him was yesterday, and we just talked about the kids and things.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked to your little grandkids at all?
I have talked to the grandchildren. They're quite young. Basically what they said was, "Hello, Grandpa," when somebody on the other end of the phone told them to say that.
Did they say anything about their mom?
No, nothing about the mom, nothing about camping, nothing. You know, the oldest one is turning 5 in January.
I know they're so young. Chuck, before we let you go, anything you want to say on your family's behalf and your daughter's behalf as the search continues?
We're not giving up as a family, and we appreciate your program and all the media's help in trying to find my daughter. If she was taken beyond the state, or she's out of if there's anything you think you know, please report it to somebody, and please help any way you can. Thank you.
Okay. Chuck Cox, again, the father of Susan Powell. Chuck, thanks again. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, and I hope to have you back and talk about your daughter's safe return. So thank you again. I want to bring in Michelle Sagona. She's been following this as well, investigative journalist. You can find out more at michellesagona.com. Michelle, what leads do authorities have right now?
Well, you know, investigators are checking into a lot of things. And as you mentioned, Mike, one of the main pieces and bits of information would in fact be Susan's husband. They're not labeling him as a suspect or a person of interest at this point, but they are taking in all of his information, you know, in processing that and being able to move forward with leads. The problem is that she was last seen at 12:30 in the morning. There's snow on the ground, so it's very difficult to be able to go out there and to try to track some of this information. And if anything was actually left behind to be able to dig that up. What scares me the most about this case is that I don't want it to grow kind of cold like the Lisa Stebic case and the Stacey Peterson case, and then we don't have answers for a long time. But what I can encourage this family to do is to go to findlisastebic.com and to see a lot of the things that they have done to try to help her to help with this particular case, and reaching out and having vigils and being very proactive to be able to help find their loved one.
Well, obviously we have question when a dad takes his 4 and 2-year-old camping at midnight or beyond. We'll talk about that when we come back. We just saw a Facebook comment, Robin and Lou writing, no parent takes their kids out in the middle of the night. I know that's your question. We're going to hit on it. Bring more questions. Call in 1-877-TEL-HLN.